Hi, this is Nelly and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I document my personal growth journey. I speak about my highs and my lows, books that I'm currently reading and things that I'm generally curious about. I would really appreciate your support in growing this channel by clicking like, commenting and subscribing. And yeah, let's get into today's video.
In today's video, I will be sharing my experience as well as my...
For the purpose of today's video, I will be focusing on the Future Authoring Program. Although the entire self-authoring suite is made up of 3 parts, which is your past, present, and your future. And essentially the past and present authoring is really just, an exercise in exploring your past and your present. Because for us to understand where we are going, we need to have a clear understanding of where we come from and where we currently are. So the past and present authoring really helps us to explore that. The Future Authoring Program is about crafting a vision, and a clear vision at that, for your life, for your future, your ideal future. So we're going to get into today's video, and as I said, it's really just me sharing my personal experience with this program. And also just what you can expect if you are interested in purchasing the self-authoring program. It is available online at selfauthoring.com, and there you can actually purchase the program and also register for it. It is self-paced, but ideally it will take you about 4 to 5 hours to complete, but it is self-paced. You always have access to it, so you can always go back and complete the program as well. And there you'll also find more details about the benefits of writing, the benefits of creating a vision for your future, and also just exploring what has happened to you in the past. So this for me was a really enlightening experience, and it really helped me, more so the future authoring program. The first stage is about creating your ideal future, and the second is really about getting into identifying those key actions that you have to do every day to get to your big goal. One of the things that I had to really start thinking about in the first stage of the program is one thing you could do better. So for me, this was setting and maintaining healthy boundaries, being more assertive, effective communication, and also habits that you would love to improve. So this is really an opportunity for you to really reflect and think about habits that you would love to improve, or habits that you'd love to work on. So for me, I had the opportunity to really reflect on some habits and things that I'd love to change, and one of those was go out and go running more, and really practice a healthier lifestyle, and then your social life in the future. So I like to think of myself as a very introverted person. I love being alone. I love spending time indoors and really just by myself. But I've also noticed, and particularly over the lockdowns, how important friendships are, and meaningful and healthy and beautiful friendships are, because I had a period where I was feeling super lonely, and it's kind of a very difficult place to be in. As I was doing the Future Authoring Program, I really reflected on that, and I was like, this is something that I would really love to work on, and also high quality leisure activities, just doing those things that I love to do, like hiking, like reading, like spending time with people that I am really engaging in meaningful conversation. So this was also an opportunity for me to reflect on those things and what those things look like for me. The next part of the Future Authoring Program is about the future to avoid. I think for me this was the most uncomfortable part of the program, but also the part that gave me the most perspective, and I'll tell you why. It is basically just because it gave me perspective about my goals, and actually allowed me to face failure, to really understand that, okay, cool, I really want to achieve this goal, but what would failure look like? What would it look like if I did not achieve, like what would my life really be like if I did not achieve these goals, right? And also what are the actions or the behaviors or the thought patterns that I should be avoiding that would act as obstacles toward me achieving my goal. So you probably know people that have made very bad decisions and have ended up with a life that nobody would want. We also likely have those weaknesses within ourselves, and if we let things go out of control, and this is basically what this part of the self-authoring program is about. Like if you let things out of control, what would your life be like? If you sure, like if you actually let things get out of control, like where will you end up? And this was for me really a time to really imagine a miserable and painful life where I did the complete opposite of what I had envisioned for my life. And the next step in the self-authoring program is about prioritizing your goal. And in this stage, you are invited to rank your goals from like the most important to like the least important. So there are about 8 goals, and you have to, I think this is something that like, what is the most urgent goal? What is something that you like want to work on right away? And then also like the least urgent goal. What is something that is it's important but it's not urgent, right? So there's also this thing called the time management matrix, which is probably like another video, but basically it asks you to like list things in, it helps you to prioritize. So maybe also I'll post a link to the time management matrix as well. That just basically shows you how to prioritize tasks. But this tool was super helpful to me, just to determine like what are the goals, that are top priority for me right now, and what are the goals that are important but they're not like super urgent as well. So this part of the future authoring program really allows you to like rank those goals from like the most important to like the least important. And lastly, strategizing your goals. In this part of the self-authoring program, you are invited to really create a solid plan for your goals. So now that you have listed all these goals, you have ranked them in order of priority, you are now invited to actually create a plan for it. And some of the things that I had to reflect on was my motives for achieving these goals. So why do I really want to achieve these goals? Why is it important for me to want to cultivate deep and meaningful relationships? Why is it necessary for me to want to invest in relationships? And then also considering the broad personal and social impact of goals. So I really love this part because, again, it's driving home that why for me as well, because it was about, okay, cool, so yes, I want to achieve these personal goals, and these are things that I'd love to do for myself personally, but also I had to reflect on what the achievement of these goals would mean for the people around me. What would it mean for not only for the people around me, but also for society as a whole, and what would I be contributing to, what impact will I be making by achieving this goal. And I think this is a very important point to just really pause on and to reflect on, and that is about how our goals actually are really for the broader impact of society, and yes, we do work towards our goal because we want to become better versions of ourselves. We want to become better than we were yesterday, and also, we want to self-actualize and all of these beautiful things. But ultimately, reaching our goals really also makes life better for the people around us and for society at large. So I think that's a really important point to just pause on and to just think about, how does my goal not only make my life better, but also how does it make the lives of the people around me a little bit more better, and I feel like that really solidifies the why, why a goal is important. So yeah, that is that on that. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you've learned something from it. And yeah, as the year is also finally drawing to a close, I'd really love to know which area of personal growth you are currently working on. And as people are also making plans for the next year and also reflecting on this current year, I'd love to know what have been your sort of ways of going about planning your goals for the next year, or also even for this year. Like, also just what are your strategies, I guess, like for planning and strategizing around your goals, and how have you gone, how have you actually experienced that? So I'd really love to know. I really hope that you like this video. As I said, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, that would make me really, really happy. And yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.